Hi everyone, thank you for joining. My name is Shumaila Khurshid and I'm the founder of Institute of Academic Research and Excellence. Can all of you hear me? Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Carl, for joining us today. Before proceeding, I would like to introduce myself. Uh, my name is Shumaila and I have completed my PhD in 2003 from the University of Newcastle, where my research focused on the mental health of PhD students in Pakistan. I have also published on issues such as burnout among students and the challenges of digital transformation in education and the future of research in changing academic systems. Throughout my academic and professional journey, from teaching and research in Pakistan to lecturing and academic coordination in Australia, I have seen how the research publishing are evolving. A lot of research work have been overtaken by AI technology or artificial intelligence. Researchers everywhere face pressures to publish in high impact journals, manage the cost of open access, and adapt the fast emerging technologies such as AI. Yet this change also brings a lot of opportunities for the researchers like open access, international collaboration, and the new measures of impacts are transforming the way we share our knowledge. That vision drives the work of my institute as well. At the Institute of Academic Research and Excellence, we aim to support researchers with the tools, mentoring, and the pathway they need to thrive in this future of publishing. I'm also pleased to be joined by Dr. Carr from the University of Newcastle. He has made a significant contribution to understanding doctoral education and the research publishing landscape. His insight will add the depth and perspective to our discussion today. It is pleasure to host you for this session, the future of research, trends and opportunities in publishing. Today's discussion brings together the researchers, academics, and scholars who are shaping the next generation of of research excellence. We will give you the opportunity to ask questions. If you want to ask any question, you can drop into the chat box, and otherwise you can ask your question through live conversation with Dr. Carl and me. Our goal is simple: to understand where research publishing is heading and how we can position our work for the global impact. So let's just start begin. As we all know that the scholarly publishing landscape is experiencing unprecedented change due to the digital transformation, which was hardly imagined before. When I was doing my master's in education in 2009 and my MPhil in 2014. But now the digital platform, AI technologies, and open science initiatives are fundamentally reshaping how the research is shared, viewed, and consumed worldwide. These transformations affect every researcher from early career scientist to established academics. So understanding these trends is important for maximizing your research impact and in navigating the evolving publishing ecosystem effectively. In this webinar, we will be exploring the key publishing trends and discuss ethical publishing practices to avoid predatory publishing traps. We will also cover strategies how you can maximize the research impact through effective dissemination and data sharing by using different social media channels. Current landscape and emerging trends. Emerging technology, policy changes, and evolving researcher expectations are creating new opportunities and the challenges in publishing ecosystem, such as digital revolution sorry, I just have to mute one participant. So the digital revolution is rapidly transforming the traditional print-based publishing models, with the publishers investing heavily in the online platform. Lot of almost all of the research process has been now shifting to the AI platform. and they are also investing on the multimedia content and interactive research presentation to enhance the reader engagements. Global barriers to research are also dissolving now because of this digital revolution, which is allowing researchers in developing countries unprecedented access to cutting edge research, while their own contribution gain visibility through digital platform, which was not possible or which was also difficult uh, uh, 10 to 15 years ago. Similarly, the time from the research completion to the public availability continue to shrink because of these AI technologies. Prepaid servers and accelerated review processing are enabling rapid knowledge sharing, particularly crucial as you can memorize back during the global challenge like pandemic when the lot of researchers have published their work during that span, so they never have to wait long to publish their research on the pandemic issues. Shift to open access and open science. The shift to open access and open science is a major trend in scholarly publishing. As you can see in the image, open access focus more on making research output freely available to everyone, such as published papers, published reports, and published data. No payment is included in this open access for reading, downloading, and citing the work. Open science term is used in broader perspective than the open access. Open science is basically a practice. This is not the term used for journal. This is the term that is used for the practice most of the journals are applying. It covers the entire research process, not just the final present publication. It also promotes transparency, reproducibility, and the collaboration. Open science includes open methodology, open peer review, and open data sharing. It provides openness at every stage of research, from ideas to publication and to reuse. So it is important to add here that the major research funders like Wellcome Trust, Foundations, Gate Foundations, and the European Union Horizon, they are driving global shift to open access, and they are jointly working to flip scholarly publishing to immediate open access so the researchers can publish journals that offer immediate open access option. So you do not need to wait longer to publish your paper through the open science and open access practices. Most of the universities are negotiating transformative agreement with publishers, shifting from subscription models that they are using before to the publication fee. Libraries of those universities are also pooling resources to support researchers in meeting open access requirement and manage cost. Um, there are the software DOAG, the Directory of Open Access Journal, is a valuable resource for assessing the quality of open access journals. I will give you some overview later in this presentation about the software that you can use to verify, to search open access journals and also to verify their credibility. Similarly, F1000 Research, eLife, PLOS, and PLOS journals and Royal Society Open Sciences are some of the journals that for the open science practices in publishing. AI and automation in publishing workflow. Now, everyone is more familiar with using the AI technologies. There's a lot of softwares, most of the researchers and even the professionals they are using. Um, so since the digital transformation took over the entire world, artificial intelligence is changing how the publisher manage the entire publication process. So it started from writing the research paper till the publication. So the entire process is almost covered by the artificial intelligence. AI systems now handle initial manuscript screening, checking for formatting, compliance, plagiarism detection, and basic quality assessments. This automation reduced processing times from weeks to hours. whilst maintaining the rigorous standards. In peer review process, machine learning tools also assisting editors in identifying the suitable reviewers by analyzing their expertise, availabilities, and review quality history. So there is a data that some publishers report 40% faster reviewer matching using AI tools. Advanced AI systems detect image manipulation as well. So you need to be really careful when you are using AI tools for your research paper. They can also detect data inconsistencies and potential research integrity before publication. So this proactive approach helps to maintain the scholarly publishing credibility and the trustworthiness. These are some of the AI-powered tools for manuscript screening. You can see in this screen. These tools really come in handy for manuscript screenings. So you can go to some of the tools and you can read about their process. I'm not going into more detail in these tools because this is just an informative session. But in future, we are planning to have different workshops about using all these tools. So you can, if you are interested, you can join those workshops as well to learn about using the different tools for the screening and the research writing. There are some tools, AI-powered tools for scientific writing. These AI tools can be valuable resources for the students for writing their research papers or theses. They can help them with research writing, editing, and citation management. But you need to be really careful. They are potentially using saving time and improving the quality of the final product. But it is crucial to use these tools with full responsibility and ethically, ensuring that your thesis or your research paper reflect your own understanding and analysis of the topic. So you can use these tools just as a supplementary assistance, not writing the entire thesis or entire research papers or data analysis. So your critical thinking and academic integrity and thorough understanding of the subject matter remains essential for useful thesis writing. AI should be used as a tool to augment, but not to replace the student's own effort. So when you are using those tools, you should be really careful because there are a lot of AI detection tool in the market, so they can detect your tool. If it get caught, that can also affect your career. Navigating peer review and ethical publishing practices. Traditional peer review process have been the foundation of scholarly publishing for centuries. These confidential, single blind or double blind process aim to maintain the rigorous quality standards. Then open peer review models have been introduced to promote more transparency in publishing, reviewer identities, and the report alongside the article. This allows the greater understanding and accountability of scholarly dialogues. Later, the post-publication peer review extend the quality control by the initial publication through ongoing comments, annotation, and the formal review platform. But the future of the peer review lies not in replacing those traditional review models that have been in place for a long time, but also now the more focus is shifting toward creating the hybrid system that combine the aspects of transparency, speed, and innovative model. The leading publisher includes BMC, PLOS One, and eLife are pioneering open peer review models where the reviewer identities and reports are also published alongside your articles. So this transparency is reducing the reviewer bias and improving the reviewer quality. So these kind of models were not there before because that was most traditional peer review process, but now most of the journals are publishing the reviewer identity as well. Identifying and avoiding predatory publishing. Since there's a lot of AI technologies are in place, most of the you can also see a lot of predatory journals as well in the market. Most of the students, they give hefty amount for the publication. Their papers get published, but later they came to know that these journals were not reliable, and no one is accepting their paper in those journals. So their effort and the money get wasted. So you need to be really aware with the predatory publishing journals, because predatory publishing is a serious issue that can have a significant effect and consequences for you. So the researcher everywhere needs to be aware with some key flags to recognize, like if they are promising extremely repeat publication, they are sending you aggressive emails, there's a lack of peer review process, suspicious editorial board, and they are covering unrelated fields. So you need to be mindful that could be a trap, because there should be a serious consequences in publishing the predatory journals. There are some financial warning signs that you can also pay attention to avoid those kind of journals. Because if you are publishing in those predatory journals, it can damage the career perspective, waste your research funding, and undermine your scientific credibility. Now, even some institutes are using the screening process to identify the publications or in the predatory journal that could during the hiring process and promotion process. So that could affect your credibility. These are some tools to verify if the journals you are publishing your paper is genuine or not. So DOJ, the Dictionary of Open Access Journal for legitimate open access publisher. There is a thing, check and submit checklist for evaluating the journal's quality. There is a JCR reports search engine as well to verify the impact factor of those journals. And Pablon software is also there for the reviewer and editor verification. Strategies to maximize the research impact and visibility. So the modern research impact extends far beyond the traditional citations. There are the comprehensive strategies that can maximize your research visibility, engagement, and social impact through strategic dissemination and community building. You can use social media platform like Twitter, LinkedIn, ResearchGate, to amplify your work to the broader audience beyond academia. Sharing preprints can also accelerate the discovery and get you more feedback while establishing the priorities. So there should be a question in your mind that if you preprint, then how you can publish your work. But there are some journals now accepting the publication, the submission and publication process that were previously shared as a preprint. But you are before submitting these preprint work, you have to check the journal's policy as well. You can also use academic network platform like ORCID, Academia EDU, and discipline-specific sites that can enhance your online presence and visibility. Then there are the social mentions, download, and media coverage provide you more immediate indicators of real-world impact. In addition, you can also collaborate across different institutions to expand your research work and impact potential. So these are the different sites or social media links that you can, if you can create your accounts, and you can get in touch with the global world, and you can enhance your research work and the impact of your research work. I just sorted out some of the research programs that are running in Australia. These programs are providing the opportunities for international collaboration. At the end of this webinar, I would share this presentation with you, so you can go to these links and you can connect you can search your related research area and you can connect with them. So I also put some details how the international students can participate and link to these universities and organization research program. Journal selector tools. So I found some of the tools for that are good fit for your paper to give you a chance to success when you are submitting your publishing. So you can go to these sites to know like how you can find the exact fit of your research paper. So these links will help you to find the relevant journal for your research paper. Now I would like to invite Dr. Kar to give you expert view on global publishing trends through his experience. Welcome, Dr. Kar. Can you please give us your experience?
Wow, Shamila, I don't know how you packed so much information into, what was it, 16 slides. That's absolutely incredible. You've done a tremendous job there. That is literally a snapshot of what is happening in research at the moment, and the global lens as well, which I think is incredible. It's never been a time like this. If there's one area of academia that's been resistant to change, it has been publication. And suddenly we're at this place where AI, I think, has very much become the driver for openness and transparency. So it's a wonderful time to be launching the Institute, because we're here to support you to publish. Things are rapidly changing where, as Jamala says, it's not going to take you 2 years now to get anything published. You don't have to be a laureate professor at an institution to get something published with particular publications. It is all changed right now, and so it is a world of opportunity. And yeah, we'll be here with you and on that journey. I'll just close our first session, just to kind of reinforce what Jamal has covered here, and three main points that I'd focus on, and maybe just highlight why those things matter, what are the opportunities, and what are the challenges. Just to summarize those for you now, there's lots of ways we can go from here, and we're absolutely happy to support you on research trajectory and the publication trajectory. But just as a starting point, the open access movement, as Shamila said, it's really reshaping how research is shared and consumed. No longer is it locked away behind paywalls. It's out there and accessible. Most institutions now have partnership agreements. Tertiary institutions have partnership agreement access publishers. That is very different to what it's been like in the past. What are the opportunities for you there? It's around greater visibility of your work. It's about broader dissemination. It's about increased citation potential. And we all want our work read. We don't just want to publish it. We want it to make a difference to the world in our particular area or discipline. And so certainly that opportunity is right here now. As Shamila beautifully pointed out, the things that challenge us here is navigating article processing charges, being aware of predatory journals and avoiding them at all costs, understanding licensing, and also, trying to identify as our starting point the most reputable or the highest cited journal that we possibly can identify in our particular field of research, starting with that as our target. If that doesn't work out, then we work back from there. As Shamila said, the technological advancements at the moment, tools like AI, also machine learning and big data are really transforming research workflows. And we're not talking about getting AI here to write your publication. We're talking about producing high quality ethical work, and how almost every researcher I know in academia at the moment is using AI as a tool to enhance the quality of their work and to reduce the time that's involved in research workflows. And as we go along the journey here, we'll certainly support you to identify those tremendous time savings that are available now, and also the way we can harness those tools to improve the quality of our work. So just to highlight where those opportunities exist for me at the moment and for you is in terms of the expediency in which we can now produce a high quality literature review using big data and AI. Also, we can be using those tools to enhance the quality of our data analysis. And as Shamila said, it's out there in peer review land at the moment. And instead of it taking 2 years like it did for Shamila and I to get an article published together, the turnarounds now are more like 2 weeks.
It was a long time.
So it's fantastic that we're seeing that transition. It's long overdue. So, the challenges there around ethical considerations, data privacy, and obviously a really critical skill now more than ever is digital literacy across all of these platforms and among our researchers. And the last one I'd highlight that I think is great to see. Often we'd be siloed in our little bunkers. If I work in education, I don't talk to people in health, or I don't talk to people working in engineering. We're seeing that that's breaking down. Also, all the walls are breaking down at the moment. It's a very exciting time. And we're seeing a greater level of interdisciplinary collaboration. Why that matters is because the world is increasingly complex. The global issues that we're facing are complex, and they require diverse perspectives to come up with the creative solutions that are required, and expertise from one field or discipline is not enough to solve these problems. And again, that's where you come in, and that's why we're here to support you. What are the opportunities there? It means now that in terms of funding our research, and we all want someone to pay us to do our research. We don't want it to be charitable works forever. Certainly, we're seeing access to broader sources of funding. We're seeing some really innovative work around the types of methodologies that are being used to undertake our research. And fantastically, that leads to research that has greater impact in the field. And that's what we really want to see. That's my precious thing. My baby is to see the research implemented in practice, and the practice talking to the research, or better still, the practitioners are doing the research. So that is the opportunity at the moment to see that bridging occurring. So just to finish off the barriers around that, communication is certainly an issue. Not every researcher out there speaks the same language, and I don't mean like English or Chinese or Italian, I mean the same research language. So breaking down those barriers is a big thing at the moment, and how we manage our collaborative outputs is also a focus in that area at the moment. But congratulations for being here. It's a tremendous time. The opportunities have never been greater, and you should be really excited about undertaking research and the desire to have it published. Thanks, Shamila.
Thank you so much for your useful insight. And you talk in detail about the using AI technologies. That like nowadays, when I open the LinkedIn, I saw like many of the professors of the universities, they are sharing different tools, and when I search somewhere, I see there's a lot of tools, and I really worried about their credibility. We can use the AI tool for just to shape our ideas, because me and my most of my participants in this webinar, they are from the country whose English is second language. So for them, I think the AI tools are useful to shape their ideas. But I will also not advocate like to using entire the AI tools for analysis, for writing, and for even formulating their research objectives, because then your your own work is suppressed by using this. So what do you think? Okay, let's just let me ask you a few questions that I thought about. I would ask you during this session. So what do you think that how should universities prepare their researcher for this massive change? Are they working? The universities are working on something like to prepare the researchers, because their development is really important, because you cannot straight away using the AI tools for your research. Otherwise, it will be too confusing. So what do you think?
Yeah, thanks, Shamala. And so I think that really targeted use of AI, where we're using it to enhance the quality of our writing, or we're using it to refine our research questions, or to identify our theoretical framework. There's so many elements that we can use AI for, but I think you've expressed it well, where it's not about getting AI to do the work for us. It's about we create the work, so we're the creative behind it, but then we're using AI as a reflective tool or a critical reflective friend, and really making it work for you. And by making it work, I mean asking it really difficult questions and really pushing it to think hard about the particular aspect of your project that you're working on is a really powerful way to use the new tools that are available. The other part of it that you talked about there, Shamila, when we are wishing to have our particular research published, then it's essentially a backwards mapping exercise. So we often when someone's seeking to produce a publication from their work, they'll think about the publication itself first, rather than where they hope that publication will be published. That's not the best process. The best process is to identify the target journal, go and study that target journal, read a series of articles from that particular journal that have been published, make sure that we are citing publishers who've been citing authors who've been published by that particular journal or publication. So we're part of that journal's conversation. These are the types of metrics that the new AI tools in peer review are using. So we're part of their conversation. We're ticking the right boxes for the bots. We're writing in the required style, and I don't mean the tin tack things like 12-point font, double spacing. No, not that. The style of writing, the conversation style that's being used for that particular journal. And that's what I was talking about occurring with interdisciplinary collaboration and communication. It's about identifying the language style that's required, and then ensuring we're meeting their format, or even what we might call their genre, and then working backwards from that and producing a very stylized piece that will fit what that journal is expecting. So there is a real science, and I'm sure we'll explore that through the Institute with you, but there is a real science to publication. The great thing is, even for very, very experienced researchers, often that's been very deep, to the point of being unattainable, where you might get 20 or 30 rejections on a paper before you actually had it published. But the world is opening up now, particularly through open access. So yeah, I'm very positive, Shamila. I think there's tremendous opportunity, and where it's really impacted, and we probably haven't covered off on this. So junior researchers, HDR students in particular, there's some publishers in the past would not see that as real research because it's being undertaken by students, but even that paradigm is breaking down now, and research is being published based on its quality rather than by who is doing the research, which was, you know, I think particularly unhelpful. The research should never have been about, or the publication of research should never have been about who did the research and how esteemed they were perceived to be it should always be about the quality of the research. And so that's something that I think it's interesting that the AI tools will be bringing a greater degree of equity than humans. It doesn't make sense necessarily philosophically, but that's where we're at. So as I said, it's a very, very exciting time.
But I think like people can detect like whether this is the human work or the AI.
Yeah.
I had a chance. Yeah.
You go.
Sorry. I had a chance to speak one of the manager of one of the vet sector institute. Went there for interview, and she told me that now like students are using AI for writing assignments, and and we are really mindful about that. And then I asked a question: Are you using any plagiarism detection software? She said, No, we can identify like this person is of course these are the international students and they are from the country where English is their second language, but their their writing is incredible different that you can imagine like this is not their work, this is the work done by AI. So yes, that is the issue we think that no one can recognize, but people, even if those people in the vet sector industry, they can recognize, then of course if you are sending your research paper in a journal, so these people are really knowledgeable and expert because they are dealing with the research papers on the daily basis. So they can easily recognize whether it's your work and the AI work done by artificial intelligence like ChatGPT or other writing software. And I also observe one thing that their language is quite difficult. Even the English speaking people, they cannot even use those kind of words more frequently that you are getting with this AI technology when you are using them for writing the paper. So that's why we really need to be mindful while using. What do you say about that? I think he dropped out. Dr. Kaur, can you hear me? I think he dropped out or there should be some issue. Dr. Kaur, can you hear me? I think he dropped out. Just wait for a few minutes. If he will be joining, then I will ask some other questions and then we will move to your questions as well. If you have any question, you can write in the chat box. Yes, Dr. Kast, I think we dropped out.
Yeah, no, sorry everyone, we've got a big storm here. Just had a little blackout,
Yes.
but I'm back.
It's also being stormy in Sydney. I can see from my window. Okay, so let's move to another question that is really important. And I think everyone would love to hear about that. What steps can developing countries take to compete fairly in open publishing? And how can collaboration between institutions, like different institutions, are more equitable access to the publication opportunities? So this is from the perspective of the developing countries.
Yeah, no, thanks, Shamala. And I think it's not easy, but the easy answer now is to be leveraging the open access agreements through tertiary institutions. So that is your pathway where you don't personally have to pay for publication, but if you can partner with a little bit of a secret here is that most ongoing academics, for example, in tertiary institutions have a requirement to put out a certain number of publications a year. So if you don't happen to be working for a tertiary institution, finding an academic working at a tertiary institution, as I said, most of them now have open access agreements with open access publishers. So what that means is that if I want to publish something via the open access pathway, the university will pay the costs associated with accessing that open access journal for me. So it comes as no cost to me personally. So for example, if you're not at an academic institution, then creating a relationship with an academic who you might put down as a second or third co-author, and then accessing those open access agreements with that particular institution sitting behind them is the pathway that's really changing up publications. So we can work through some of the steps and the processes in that as we go along the journey, Shamila, but that's very new for a lot of institutions, and a lot of academics working in some institutions don't even know that opportunity exists, but that's certainly a really powerful tool that hasn't existed in the past. And yeah, we can happily support you in working through those processes, establishing those links and partnerships, and it is really changing up who can publish and where the research comes from. And like, again, that's a really fantastic change in terms of who's dominated the research landscape in the past. And so having a more equitable is the word I'm going to use, a more equitable balance of who's publishing and where they're publishing from. So I'm talking about geography. I'm also talking about race and culture. It's very, very important that we hear from all the voices in the global community. So again, it's a tremendous time and fantastic that that opportunity exists now, Shamila.
So is it easy to get into that, to contact with the academics in the universities and get publication for free?
As I said, Shamila, there's a lot of academics who are very keen to publish, and so they'd be very interested in quality research and partnering on that. So look, yeah, no, there's some strange metrics sit behind what happens in tertiary institutions that we can disclose again along the journey. So yeah, I think building those relationships is a really, really important part of publication. If you think about it, think back to all the peer-reviewed journals that you've read. Very, very few are published by sole authors, by one author alone. There's a reason for that. All right, and so I've kind of unpacked a little bit of the code of what's going on there for you. There is tremendous benefit in multiple author publication, and leveraging that to ensure that your work gets out there is a really important part of the journey. So kind of just to package that up for a little bit, so there's actually doing the research, there's preparing the publication, there's looking at your target journal, ensuring that you're writing in the style that is expected for that journal. Then there's ensuring that your authorial group is the right group of people that will allow you to do that in a cost-effective and meaningful way. So there's many, many parts to publication, and so it's important to, I should say too, what AI has done it's changed up the balance of time. So before, we might have spent a whole lot of time on preparing our literature review because it took so much time. Now we can use AI and search tools and big data to do that in a very time efficient way like we could never do before. So rather than sit at home and have a big relax because we think we've done our literature review, we can now take that time and apportion it to forming the relationships that we need to get our work out there through a very strong authorial group, or to spending that time reviewing our target journals publications to ensure we're really hitting the key points that journal is expecting from our draft article. So how we apportion our time toward publication is a really critical part to rethink right now because of everything that's changing around the research paradigm.
Yes, that's great. We are also working through Institute of Academic Research and Excellence to connect the researchers with the top academics in Australia to promote, to enhance their work and to work on their publication as well. So I think we can together work on that more. So
absolutely. If you're doing anything
Yeah.
in education, come and talk to me. So like, our institution is one that has open access agreements and look really happy to support that work to get your work out there, and we can work on it, we can refine it, we can, Shamila and here are here to support you. So anything that's within our hitting zone, we're very, very happy to support you and learn from not learn from our experience, but we'll bring our experience to ensure you don't have to have some of those experiences that we've had over the time.
Yes, I would definitely share your email address with your permission with the participants. And also I want to add here that Dr. Carl was also my PhD supervisor. So he's really an incredible person. And we are also working, we just recently published one of our research paper and I'm working on more from my PhD thesis as well. So if anyone wants to connect to Dr. Carl, they can send me email. So I will connect with him as well. Okay, so one more question. We are running out of time. There's one important question. As I talked a lot about the AI tools, I think that was just restricted to my knowledge. From your perspective, I want to know how the researcher can use these tools responsibly.
Yeah, so I think I've probably hinted at this, Shamila. I think if we're using it on itself is the best way that I can describe it. So it's where we come up with so I'll just give one example today. So let's focus on research questions. It's really important that we have tight, clear, observable, definable, measurable research questions. Now we can write the drafts of those, and then we can use AI to assist us in making sure they are as specific and as clear and as coherent and within our research paradigm as we possibly can. So to give you an example of that, after we've written our draft questions, if we're a HCR student, for example, we might share those with our supervisors. We'll get some feedback from our supervisors who might ask questions like, how does that fit within your theoretical framework? Or what else do we need to consider if we're using a mixed methodology here? I can take that information away from my supervisors. I can go to my preferred AI tool of choice, and I'd really encourage you to be using a gated AI tool because we don't want anyone stealing our intellectual property. All right, so let's keep our intellectual property with us until we actually get to it being published and we can have a little celebration. So how do I use that AI tool cleverly? I have the draft of my research questions. I have the feedback from my peers or my co-authors, or in this case, my HCIR supervisors. I then use that and the AI tool, leverage the AI tool to help me enhance those. So I might feed in my research questions. I might then get the AI tool to position these within my theoretical framework. So it might be pick a theoretical framework for me, Shamila.
I think we should have a proper session on this using AI too.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah,
So
because
we'll definitely do
I
that.
really
But
get confused.
yeah,
There's
so
a
it's an
lot of tools.
epistemological theoretical framework, all right? So I could ask the AI tool to position those questions within that theoretical framework. I could then ask the AI tool, are these measurable, definable, and specific? If not, make them more specific. All right, it might be then that we need to write these for a discipline-specific audience. So say I'm working in education, then I might ask it to reword if needed for an education discipline specific audience, and it will feed back to me. So really pushing the AI tools to enhance the quality of our work. The tremendous thing is then any language barriers that I may have, if I've got English as a second language, it's a really beautiful way to overcome those language barriers. That is not cheating, all right? That is leveraging the tool to enhance the quality of my work. As I said, I don't know any academic researcher at the moment who's not using AI tools to do that refinement and advancement work. It's taking all of the time out of it. The great thing is it's improving the overall standard, the overall quality of research. So it's really important to understand that difference. If we just say, make me a publication, not that anyone would ever do this, but maybe a publication, that's not what AI is there for. That's not ethical. All right, but using AI to enhance the quality of our work as a refinement tool, really pushing it hard. And sometimes it takes a while because AI is not entirely clever at the moment, but it's a process. It's absolutely a tool that we can use to refine the quality of our work. Thanks, Shamila.
Thank you so much for your advice. I think it would really work for me and for other people here who are using, who are confused about using AI. Okay, I think we are running out of time. So we will come back to you when we will take some questions from the participants, Dr. Kar. So before moving to the question session, I would like to share the opportunities that we are providing at Institute of Academic Research and Excellence for Researchers. We are creating a pathway to make these collaborations that Dr. Kar talked about easier and more effective. For many early career researchers, those networks open door to new funding, scope, authorship, and global visibility. We want to ensure that researchers from every background, they can contribute to global knowledge, not just consume it. So you can join our institute. That collaboration will not only depend on the geography. Anyone from any part of the world, they can join our institute. Me and Dr. Kar, we are also working together to make things work for the students or the researchers from the developing country. So if you want to join, I would like to share, I already shared my email address, so you can send, you can join through the website or you can send me email. So I will get you, put you in the list to share the upcoming events and all the programs that we have. So you can see on your screen that we offer advanced training workshops. I'm also working on the online courses for the skill development of the researcher. So these are not the online courses that other institutes are providing, just letting the students to learn by their own. We are planning to have a proper 1 hour class during that online courses where we can have a discussion and some hands-on activities for the more deeper and clear understanding. You can also join those online courses if you want to enhance your research skills. We are also providing the personalized mentorship program. Dr. Kar is here. He's also providing mentorship for the students. If you want to join, you can send requests and I will connect you with Dr. Kar as well. We are also providing the research support services. Like if you are interested to pursue PhD in Australia, then we are here to assist you how to from the we are not writing the thesis and the research paper for any students. We are just providing the facilitation services to enhance their work and how they can find a suitable supervisor, how they can write the research paper the research proposal and how they can apply for the scholarship. If you want to pursue any service, you can contact me on the email given on this slide. You can also join our Facebook group and WhatsApp community. And if you have any question, you can ask after this session. You can ask after this slide, or you can send me by email. Let's just move forward. Okay. Before going to the question answer session, there is one other thing that I would really like to discuss with you. We are running a monthly research challenge series. So I already advertised this event on our social media links. This month theme is innovation in education. So how it will work. So we are running this monthly research series and putting advertising the theme of the month, and we are asking the researchers or students or early career researchers just to send an idea in 300 words. And then we will pick the top idea from this competition, and then we will the winner who will be selected, we will provide the 1 hour free online expert consultation to refine and develop their ideas. And we also give them the certificate of excellence to showcase their achievement and the feature on the global research platform for international visibility and recognition. If you are interested, after this session, I will also share that event with you. So if you are interested, you can send us 300 words idea or the abstract or summary with the title on admin@iarae.com.au by 25th of October, and then we will announce the winner on 31st October in our session, and we will discuss that ideas online as well. We will give you the reasons like why this idea has been selected, so you can get the more understanding like what kind of research areas and the research ideas you can opt for, in your future research. Okay, let's just move to the question answer session. Now the ground is open for you. You can ask any question with me and Dr. Carl. We are here to answer you. Is there anyone who can ask the question?
There's a couple in the chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm just looking. I'm just opening. Okay. So there is a question from one of the participants. How does AI assist in script writing when the tone, language, and content can be quite diversified? Dr. Kar, can you answer this question?
Great question. So actually, I was reading something about this the other day. So one of the big improvements in AI is around what they call natural language, or what I've seen titled natural language understanding. How this plays out, and I've actually used this myself, so I'll give you this example. So we can ask AI to assist us to write in a specific style or genre or context. So say, as in my case, I was really struggling to write a sentence in the style of studies in postgraduate education. That's a particular peer-reviewed journal. I asked AI to fix that sentence for me in the style of studies in postgraduate education. What's sitting in the background there is that AI tool aggregates every single publication that's ever been produced by that particular journal and spits me out a sentence that's in that style of that particular journal. I then get to make an assessment of that, whether I love or hate what AI has spat me out. I then might want to personalize it back to the style that I'd write in the style of studies in higher education, so it still feels like my style within the context. But that's the type of way that we can use AI. I'm really happy for us to spend a session on that, because I do think that will really make a difference to your writing if you can have some practice at how we use AI with real nuance and skill to enhance the quality of our writing. And I can't underestimate the importance of targeting the particular journal and the particular style that they expect when we write. And again, for academics, researchers with English as a second language, there's a tremendous opportunity there now with these tools that are available to us to write in a very high quality, stylistic way. You know, it's one of the unfortunate perils of academe that the majority of the academic literatures in English, I really feel for researchers who have English as a second language, because it's kind of like it's an unfair disadvantage. So, you know, the way that we overcome that is being really clever with the tools that are available to us, because there's no kind of language rule around that, if you know what I mean. Those tools are there and available for everyone to use in what becomes really an intelligence test. You know what I mean? It's not a language test, who's best at AI. It's up here that makes you good at AI and using those AI tools, and the quality of the prompts that you're using to drive your particular AI tool of choice. And that's what I like about it. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
That's true. Okay, so we have a next question from Sabah. Her question is how we should select journal, and which factor we need to keep in mind while selecting journal.
Do you want to talk about that, or would you like me to talk about that?
I think you can give more expert opinions to your experience. I would like to.
Sure. So for me, there's a whole lot of factors around which journal, but the two that are that I prioritize. The first one is scope and audience. So for just give you an example, if I'm working in the area of disability and special needs, then I'm going to look for journals that have published articles in the area that I'm published. So maybe it might be about the inclusion of neurodiverse students. I'm going to identify a journal that's publishing articles in that area at the moment. So as I said, I can join that particular conversation. My next thing is I'm going to look at the target audience of that journal. Who reads it? Is it other researchers? Is it other academics? Is it practitioners? Remember I said I'm very interested in informing what happens in practice. So for me, I'm going to choose a journal that's read by practitioners rather than other academics, because I find the academic stuff a little bit not as interesting as talking and working with practitioners. The next thing that's important, because as I said, a whole lot of academics like me have to meet certain metrics around publications. So I'm going to look for a journal article that has the highest impact factor or citation scores, because I want my article to be read. And as an academic, that matters, that we get high citation scores for our publications. So they're like the three things that I check for. Shamila made a really good point around predatory journals. So I definitely check the editorial board to make sure that that's academics that I am aware of, don't necessarily know as friends, but academics that I am aware of that I know are real people. And so that way I can kind of do a quick check that that is not a predatory journal, that it is an authentic journal and be a good place for my publication. So honestly, I think if you kind of think of those two as your primary ones, scope and audience, and the journal's reputation, they're great places to start in terms of which way to go for publication. I know Shamila is going to send you a list of a directory of open access journals as well. That's a wonderful place to start as well in terms of how everything's shifting at the moment.
Yes, I would definitely say. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Noreen, maybe you can connect us through our website, or you can send us email through the link that through the email that I already sent the reminder for this meeting. So we have a question. Okay, so we have a question from one of the participants. Share the upcoming event and all the program offered by the Academic Research and Excellence. I share this monthly challenge series. You can, if you want to participate, you can send a topic. You don't need to be scared that what should I send. You can send anything that could be a best idea that we can select, and we can help you out to convert this idea into practice. So I would really recommend all of you to participate in this session. So you will learn a lot about this, about the research, and you can find a lot of programs through our website. I will share my website in the message box, so you can go and look into the website for the upcoming events and the programs that we are offering. We have a next question. Let me just go to, okay. So there is no answer. What will help on your publication? Okay, so
That was
this
just
is
me,
your
Shamila, saying for the competition, there's no wrong answers. Just whatever will help you on your publication journey. We're happy to focus sessions on that. I think the schedule's really great, and look, more than anything, it's opportunity to connect and just affirm that this is, yeah, look, for me, I've been doing this for 30 years. It's really challenging to get work published. So the more we can share around that and kind of have fun together, it's great. So.
And I think through collaboration, through discussion, we learn more. Like I really, during my PhD, I really enjoyed working with a lot of researchers. I do not miss any event. I always participate in events and learn through the experiences and the challenges faced by PhD students. So that really drive my work and clear my understanding about the topic that I was pursuing during my PhD. So this collaboration is really important. Um, okay, thank you so much, Dr. Kaur. And thank you for being the part of today's session. We are exceeding 6 minutes from the actual session. I hope this would be an informative session for all of you. At the Institute of Academic Research and Excellence, we are building a pathway to support the researcher in this journey through training, mentorship, and the resources. We want to make sure the researchers have guidance, and they need to publish, connect, and succeed in this evolving system. I want to say special thanks to Dr. Kaur for sharing his expertise and giving us time. So it was really hard. I can understand it was really hard for him to get some time from his busy schedule. So I would really thankful to you for sharing your expertise with our participants. His contribution highlight the depth of the change in the research publishing landscape, and I was also have a lot of questions using the artificial intelligence, and I hope you would also have get answers for a lot of your confusion. His contribution highlight the depth and also the strategies we all can consider while selecting the research articles or using the AI technology. And you can also his insight was also helpful for you, like how you can connect with the academics in Australia, and you can publish your journal free without for any funding. Well, I received a lot of questions from the participant that they most of the our participants are from Pakistan, so they are facing financial issues to publish in a good journal. So I think that would be a one way you can connect. Through LinkedIn, you can connect a lot of experts in Australia and share your research ideas and your research interests. And then I can understand that you would definitely get a chance. And you can also connect with us. We are also helping the researchers to publish their work. You are, so there is a reason you are here. The future of research will built by the choices you make today, and we are committed to walking you through this journey. I would also invite you to connect with our institute and join us in shaping a stronger and more accessible future for the research publishing. If you have any other question, you can send in the chat box, or you can ask me or Dr. Kaur. Is there any other questions before closing? I think there's no question, no any question, no more question. Thank you, Dr. Karl, for being part of this session. I hope we would be doing a lot of more sessions in future together. I think someone is typing. So thank you so much. And thank you so much, everyone. I hope you would be in touch with us for future events and for future collaboration as well. If you have any question, you cannot ask now. You can send by email. So I would definitely try to answer all of your questions. Thank you so much. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you, Dr. Karl. Have a lovely weekend.